Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, May 31st. I'm Krista McDonald.
And I'm Kiki Thaxter. It's great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. This week on Norwood News, NHS TV honors the best of the best. We get to talk with Ed Hickey down on the corner. But first, this past Monday, Norwood remembered and honored those who lost their lives fighting for this country with the town's traditional Memorial Day parade and ceremonies. Director of Veteran Services Ted Mulvihill recaps the day.
A tremendous event today on a solemn day, a day of remembrance, reflection and respect, honoring the men and women who laid down their lives in order that we could enjoy the freedoms we do today as Americans. And a tremendous crowd today, a great turnout from Norwood, which I'm not surprised really. This town is incredibly patriotic, and for them to recognize the sacrifices made by our men and women is no surprise to anybody, I think. Is it the unofficial beginning of summer? Yes, it is. Cookouts, family gatherings, absolutely. But it also has a greater meaning. It also is a day of great, great respect and honor because the folks that died supporting our freedoms need to be remembered every day, in my opinion. You know, I grew up in this neighborhood, so I've been to this cemetery since I was a little boy. Coming up here at Memorial Day ceremonies when the National Guard would be here and troops with rifles, and we'd be running around the grass trying to pick up the bullets. And it was just so the transition from being a little boy to a young adult and cutting through the cemetery every day to go to Norwood High, and now running the show has been a great journey, and it never gets old. This place is one of the most beautiful cemeteries in the Commonwealth, and to see the turnout that we had today, just tremendous.
Vice Chairwoman of the Board of Selectmen and member of the Anti-Scams Task Force, Amanda Groh, explains a few types of scams that people should be aware of.
Hi, I'm Amanda Groh from the Board of Selectmen in the town of Norwood and a member of the Norwood Anti-Scam Task Force. Two of the scams that we've been trying to raise awareness of in the community are the grandparent scam and the romance scam. The grandparent scam, a scammer will usually try to reach out to you through your phone or through other methods to try to convince you that your grandchild or maybe your child is in trouble. Maybe that they'll claim that they're currently in need of bail money or that they've been in a horrible accident and the only solution is for you to give them money. And so usually with these scams, the big red flag is the fact that someone is trying to pressure you with an unsolicited call, trying to get you to give them money or trying to convince you to purchase gift cards, or they might ask you to try to go and get bitcoins. But the point of the transaction for them is to convince you to do something that you don't want to do, that you might not have done if you weren't sort of in a aroused emotional state where you're worried about the safety of your loved one. So you always want to take a breath and be careful because you don't want to follow the instructions that they'll be trying to give you while they have you in a state of panic. That's the way that scammers tend to work. They tend to want to get you off guard. A lot of times when you hear about scams, it's easy to say, oh, I would never fall for that. But in the heat of the moment, when someone is painting a very convincing picture, any of us could be a victim. Another scam we're trying to raise awareness of is romance scams, and these scams involve someone trying to establish a friendship and then eventually what seems like a romance with you. Usually it'll be through a phone, through texts, through online places like social media sites, and as they lure you into this seeming romantic relationship, eventually they start asking you to send them money. And it's very painful because at this point you've formed an emotional connection with the person, or what you think is an emotional connection, but it's actually someone that is just completely not representing who they really are. They're not even where they say they are. So you want to be very careful about these types of scams where they're trying to form an emotional connection to you. Again, the red flags are asking for money, asking for more money. So that's the type of thing we really want to get the message out in the community to be very careful around. Scams have certain traits in common, and the more you start to recognize the techniques, it kind of doesn't matter which specific way they're trying to do it, you'll begin to be able to pause, take a breath, and realize that, okay, this is a scam. If you think that you have been a victim of a scam, or you know of someone, a friend or a relative who thinks it's been a scam, make sure that you reach out. You can contact the Norwood Police on the business line. And if you think that you're not sure if something is a scam, you can also ask questions of the Norwood Anti-Scam Task Force. The task force's email is nastf@norwoodma.gov. And just a reminder, neither the police nor the scam task force will ever try to contact you first to ask you for personal information or for money. We'll never do that.
When Norwood News returns, Clayton Cheever delivers this month's Moral Moment, Officer Baguma talks about this year's Juneteenth celebrations, and Ron Marshalsea has this week's sports update.
NHS TV held their annual NEMI Awards night in the NHS Auditorium earlier this week. The event highlights the work of NHS seniors that participate in the TV and media program. Media teacher Pam Schnatterly organizes the event put on for the students, and at the end of the evening, the TV program's highest honor, Student of the Year, was presented.
The NEMIs, which stands for Norwood Emmys, is a tradition that I inherited when I came here 3 years ago, and thought it was a great idea, a great way to celebrate the hard work and the talents of the students in our program. We have about 175 TV students in 4 different levels. We have TV1, TV2, and then an advanced TV3 and 4. It starts at the beginning of the school year. As student projects are coming in and I'm grading things and we're showing them to other students, I'm mentally making notes of, oh yeah, I got to remember this one for the NEMIs. You know, I put it in a special folder type of thing. And then, you know, the event itself is not just run by me. There's a whole lot of people that are involved in this. First and foremost, NCM. Couldn't do it without them, their help, and being there to make the whole live broadcast happen. But it's the goal is that it's primarily a student-driven and produced event also, because it's TV and that's what they're learning. And so if they aren't just applying the skills that they're learning in the classroom in real life, then I think that's a waste. So, you know, student producers and running things in the control room. They served as the hosts and presenters at the awards. So there are a lot of people that are involved in that, and writing the script and getting up those lower thirds, all those little bells and whistles. But at the end of the day, while there's a whole lot of time and exhaustion and a sense of relief that, oh, okay, this is done for a year, you know, I get to take a break, the recognition that they gave to me, they said things like that they feel more, they know what they want to do in their lives now. And so I feel like that's success.
Every time I would look over at the student, they were always smiling. I could tell, even though they had a mask on, I could see it in their eyes. They were smiling. And it always warmed my heart in this most stressful year of my entire life. And I will never forget that. But I also knew I was in trouble because I really had to step up my game, because it was very clear to me that this person knew more than I did, and also came from a wonderful family of filmmakers, and she has never disappointed. Always producing quality work on time or before deadline, helps out others, making graphics, editing for Mustang Magazine, never looking for extra credit on anything, but always willing to jump in and give an extra hand. Does the school news for NCM, the weekly school news, And she's just pretty much the loveliest person I think I've ever met. And I'm going to miss her to death. So please join me in celebrating our Student of the Year, Lucy Scavati.
Being a part of the TV program for 4 years, I was very excited to be able to get into the studio, and I always looked forward to being able to do things that my sister had done, like when she was in high school and anchoring and directing the news. It was always something that appealed to me and was something that excited me. And to receive the Student of the Year award this year was super fulfilling because of all the work I've made. I feel super proud to be recognized for that and to have my projects be shown at the NEMIs and also outside of the NEMIs here at school and also on NCM. It's just a super exciting experience, and I feel very motivated to take that recognition and bring it with me to college and see what else I can do with my future.
With Juneteenth right around the corner, Officer Jeff Baguma is excited to announce the plan for the celebrations.
Hello everyone, I'm Officer Jeffrey Baguma. I'd like to tell you that we are very excited to let you know that we are having our third year of Norwood Juneteenth. The date of the event, of the celebration, is going to be Saturday, the 15th of June. It's going to be celebrating the freedom of enslaved people, or the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation as well. We are going to have a star-studded lineup with amazing performers, poets, spoken word. We are also going to have an appearance made by the NHS Drama Club, where they're going to put together something very special. I don't even know what it is yet, but it should be amazing because everything they do is. There's going to be great food there. There's going to be a great DJ that we've hired. There's going to be art. It's just going to be so much more than I could fit into this little segment. But we hope it's a beautiful day, and we hope that you do show up. It's going to be family friendly. It's just going to have a lot of great energy like it always has. So if you haven't met us and been a part of it before the last 2 years, please come through this year and have a great time. It's about freedom, and everybody is welcome to celebrate together. Thank you.
Peter McFarlane of the Norwood Farmers Market gives us insight on what's ahead and when the first farmers market will be.
Hi, this is Peter McFarlane. I'm with Norwood Farmers Market, and it's that time of year again where the farmers market is getting up and starting to go for the season. We'll be opening on Tuesday, June 18th at 2 o'clock on the Norwood Town Common again. So our season will be 18 weeks, and so it'll run from June 18th all the way to October 15th, and as always, we'll be on the Common. The market will have 3 produce farms, Oakdale, Riverdale, and Medway Community Farms that all accept SNAP benefits. Plus we'll have the students from the Norfolk Agricultural Schools farm, along with a new vendor, Pumpkin Farm, which sells pasture-raised meats. We also have Jordan Seafood, Allie's Cookies out of Foxborough, Norwood's Own, La Baguette North Bakery, Microgreens by the Sea, a new vendor, and then Dorothy's Gardens Flowers, along with Artisans, 8 Bells Weaving, Pretty Little Links Jewelry, and the local organizations, Morrell Memorial Library, Norwood Trail Advisory Committee, Impact Norwood, and many others. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all down at the Town Common on starting June 18th from 2 to 6. Thanks.
Now we're going to send it over to Ron Marshalsea for this week's sports update.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your sports update. The baseball team fell to Walpole in the final game of the regular season and head into the tournament with a 12-8 record as the number 10 seed. The Mustangs will host the number 23 seed Longmeadow Lancers Friday the 31st at 6 o'clock at the Balch Field. NCM will be live with the legendary duo of Mark Hoover and Eric Bodenhofer on commentary. The softball team had a great last regular season game, beating Canton 14-8. The Mustangs are seeded at number 35 with their 10-8 record and will head to Worcester State to play Doherty Memorial on Friday the 31st at 5 o'clock. The boys lacrosse team lost their final regular season game to Milford and finished the year with a 3-11 record. The girls lacrosse team lost to Westwood last Thursday, which puts them at an even 9-9 record and lands them at number 31 in the tournament. The Mustangs will play number 34 Amherst Pelham Regional at home on Thursday the 30th at 5 o'clock. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break.
The months are flying by fast. Here's Clayton Cheever with the moral moment for the month of June.
Greetings, library lovers. Welcome to the Morrill Memorial Library, Norwood's public library for everyone. I'm Clayton Cheever. I use he, his pronouns, and I'm your library director. Join us at the Bond Street Tot Lot for a drum circle with Oath a Day on Thursday afternoon, June 27th, starting at 2. This is a family-friendly event for kids of all ages. Oath a Day will teach us basic rhythms and how to drum together as a group. The program is made possible by the generosity of the Friends of the Library using funds from a Bach grant. Register to save a space today. June is Pride Month, and we celebrate American independence on July 4th, so we figured what better way to bridge the two celebrations than a special movie screening of Red, White, and Royal Blue on Sunday afternoon, June 30th, starting at 2. If you're not familiar with this fan-favorite film from last summer or the novel of the same name that it was based on, let me give you the outline. When the feud between the son of the American president and Britain's prince threatens to drive a wedge between our countries, the two men are forced into a staged truce that sparks something deeper. Register today to reserve your seat. Keep everyone's reading skills sharp this summer and spend some time with some great books. We help make it even more fun with our summer reading challenges. Get started by visiting us or checking out our website. Kids can earn credits to spend at our library prize store, and we'll also have virtual raffles, bingo games, and more. Online pre-registration for summer reading opens on June 3rd, and the programs for kids and teens will run from June 24th through the end of August. While you're on our website, I encourage you to check out the details about our seed library as well. In addition to being your source for free seeds for popular veggies, herbs, native plants, and ornamental flowers, we also have lots of growing information and guidance. We're very grateful to the Norwood Cultural Council and the Norwood Conservation Commission for their support to make this happen. I brought a few books to share with you. Both of the books I brought for kids are about Juneteenth. Kim Taylor wrote A Flag for Juneteenth. This picture book tells the story of Huldah, a young girl living in Texas who is about to celebrate her 10th birthday when the news of their freedom is delivered and a jubilant community celebration erupts. Each page is richly illustrated with hand-sewn quilts that celebrate the spirit of joy and freedom. The Juneteenth story, written by Aaliyah Agostini and illustrated by Sawyer Cloud, is a slightly longer picture book that offers a profound look at the historical context of Black people in the United States. It highlights the significance of June 19, 1865, when news of freedom finally reached the people enslaved in Texas. This book then traces Juneteenth's evolution from a regional celebration to a national holiday in 2021, presenting this important history through the eyes of a modern Black family, using vibrant illustrations and engaging storytelling to connect our past with the present. It invites us to consider how the legacy of Juneteenth continues to resonate and inspire movements for justice and equality today. And now a couple books for more experienced readers. Gender Rebels by Catherine Locke and illustrated by Shawnee Benjamin is a powerful exploration of identity, courage, and resilience. Through a collection of inspiring stories, Locke introduces us to 30 remarkable individuals who've defied societal norms and embraced their true selves. From historical figures to contemporary trailblazers, this book celebrates the strength and authenticity of those who dared to be gender rebels. With elegant prose and heartfelt narratives, it invites us to honor their journeys and reflect on our own understanding of identity. Transitioning from the themes of history, identity, and rebellion, we arrive at a novel that contemplates the essence of life itself. If Cats Disappeared from the World by Genki Kamamura is a thought-provoking journey that questions what truly matters in our lives. Through the eyes of a postman facing his own mortality, this parable of a novel delicately explores the weight of existence and the poignant beauty of the connections we cherish. Now, why did the pickleball paddle break up with a tennis racket? It couldn't handle the strings attached. Discover the fun of the sport that's taking the country by storm by borrowing our pickleball set of 2 paddles, 4 balls, and a laminate sheet of the basic rules of the game, and then hit the courts. This and so many other great games, tools, and more can be found in our Library of Things. Visit our website and browse our Library of Things from the Books and More menu to see what other treasures we have waiting for you. Before I sign off, I want to thank our dear friends in the library. Thank you for supporting their spring book sale last month. It was a great success. This month, the Friends provided the funds for the drum circle and movie screening I already mentioned, a BTS party for tweens and teens, Dr. Kathy Ripley Green on the 20th, a Teen Perler Pride Party, our infant literacy playgroup, and the Summer Craftapalooza for kids ages 3 to 10 that's happening on Wednesdays starting June 26th. Please make sure you have an active membership in the Friends. Support them whenever possible, as they make possible so much of what we present here. We are so grateful for all the support. That's a wrap for this Moral Moment. I'm Clayton Cheever, your guide through the wonders of the library, wishing you a joy-filled June. We can't wait to see you at the library, and please come see us at the Pride and Juneteenth events out on the Common.
And next on Norwood News is our latest Living Local segment. Living Local is a segment where we learn about our businesses in town and meet the people behind them. This week, Jack Tolman hangs out on a famous corner in town to feature Hickey Flowers.
For over 32 years, there has been a familiar face on the street corner next to the bowling alley. Ed Hickey has been selling flowers to his longtime regular customers and friends, and to new customers who he has just met.
My name is Ed Hickey. I've been on this corner here selling cut flowers, and we sell generally cut flowers, roses, carnations, mom's mini carnations. And I've been doing it, we think, I look back, about 32 years, and it's an opportunity to meet a lot of people too. There's a social aspect to it.
Over the years, both new customers and old always ask the same question.
And the general question is, what do you have? So what we have to sell is, we sell generally the carnations and the roses by the dozen. We got some mixed bunches. We have different styles of flower. So the cut mums mixed with roses or carnations look good. People like, I think, more colorful mixed bunches, and they're probably the most popular. And we've expanded on some of the type of flowers, but there's certain things that I'm not a fine florist type of thing. There's certain flowers that I really can't use because they'd have to be able to withstand the different type of weather that we're gonna, even this weekend you get sunny day like yesterday. Today we get an overcast, cooler day.
Selling flowers outdoors is a seasonal business and is based on the weather conditions.
I'm out here during the spring into the late June when it gets too warm, and I take a few months off, and then come back in the fall through the holidays, at least Thanksgiving. That's determined by what the flowers can handle. I mean, I'm an old man and I don't like certain parts of the weather either, but the flowers, if it's too hot or too cold, they can't. So, put it this way, the Harvard Business School would not tell you that you can go out of business for 2 months and then show back up.
Many town organizations come to Ed to ask for his help. They know that his flowers make their event a little extra special. But there is one event that is a little extra special for Ed.
Well, the giving back, let me just explain. A lot of people say, well, do you donate? I don't, but any of the churches, any of the schools, any of the sports teams, things like that, whatever I can buy it for and I try to get the best price, then that's what I would charge an organization. I will tell you that there is only one organization that I donate, and I get a lot of great publicity out of it thanks to Timmy McDonough and George Usovich. But the Circle of Hope, they're Dancing with the Stars. They're great about how much they thank me, and we make sure that the dancers all get a bunch of mixed flowers for that. That's partly because of the people on that committee, and obviously knowing Lee Kennedy for years and years. And that's the type of people and the type of organizations that you deal with. But in a town like Norwood, I think you got to give back a little bit too. And part of the reason that I think that I've had some success in this little venture is that the people appreciate that, and I appreciate their business. And let's be honest, most of the people that buy are from Norwood. Once in a while there'll be some out-of-towners. The great thing for me is that I know a lot of these people, and if I don't know the person, the young person particularly that's buying, I probably grew up with their parents, and it's nice to think that more than one generation has been a customer base of mine down here.
In addition to selling and talking about flowers, Ed's Corner business is also a popular place to catch up on Norwood sports, what's going on in town and the world.
And down here, while I'm sitting here doing nothing, which is my wife thinks is most of the time, that's generally what we're talking about. We're talking about the sports teams in Norwood, other things that are going on in this town. It's it's a corner where we solve a lot of the world's problems here too. I hope everybody understands that.
So if you're looking for fresh cut flowers at a reasonable price, stop by and see Ed at his famous corner. He'll make sure that you leave happy, and he'll be happy to meet you.
I'd love to meet other people. I hope people come by. As you can see, if you come by, you better be willing to spend a little time, because I can talk for a while. But always interested in meeting new people. If I can help you for a quick, easy in and out, and I think at a reasonable price. I'd like to meet people. I like to talk to people. So stop by, and I guess there was a famous guy that used to say, "Come on down," and he did pretty well selling cars here in Norwood. So I hope to say the same thing. I think I've done pretty well selling some flowers here in Norwood. So I want to thank everybody in the town. You've been great to me. Thank you.
Giving flowers has always been a sign to show that we care. And here in Norwood, not only are you experiencing the personal touch of buying flowers, you are also experiencing the personal touch of meeting Ed Hickey. Reporting for Norwood News, I'm Jack Tolman.
Ed Hickey is also president of the Norwood Diamond Club, the NHS Baseball Booster Group, and a longtime volunteer announcer for NCM as the voice of Mustang football and baseball. Thanks for helping us out, Ed. You're a true Norwood townie, and we love you for it.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We leave you now with a list of upcoming events NCM will be covering. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great weekend.
Have a good one, everyone.